Targeting main ideas. What is the big idea behind the main idea? Targeting main ideas is going to help you become effective and efficient, focus on the most important information, pay in-depth attention, streamline information and study skills to save time, and achieve academic success. Analyzing our skills. Have you ever studied the wrong material? How did you decide what was important? Have you ever read a book and gotten one meaning and then gone back to reread it and gotten a different meaning? All of these are related to finding the main idea. There are some important points you need to remember about selecting main ideas. Finding the main idea is a special case of identifying important information. All material required for success is the course's important information. When you're listening to a class lecture, the point stressed by your instructor would be the important information. You need to know what is required in an assignment, but understand that it is not a main idea. The key points your professor mentions or writes on the board are the main ideas. There are three major factors for identifying the most important information. The first one is knowledge about the nature of different academic tasks. For example, if you're doing a report on the pollution of the rainforest in South America, you might read something interesting about traveling to a rainforest, but it would not be important information for this task. If, however, you were going camping with other students in a rainforest over a school break, then that type of information could be considered very important. You also need to keep in mind the expectations of your instructors. An example of this: it is important that you listen for cues and tips about what the instructor thinks is important. Listen for keywords or phrases. For example, something simple like "this is important," or your professor might say "a major reason for." A change in tone of voice or emphasis, or the amount of times the instructor spends on the topic, could also affect. Your goals. Example: ask yourself why you're studying or doing this work. Know your goals when reading a text or preparing for a test. So the main idea is not the same as the topic. A topic, for example, the rainforest, gives a general sense of the subject matter, but it's not the main idea, which could be a specific type of tree in the rainforest. For example, also, in a business class, the topic may be the stock market. The information about the stock market that your instructor and text emphasize are the main ideas. The difference between main ideas and supporting topics. Supporting details help us understand main ideas. Supporting details can include examples, alternate explanations, fun facts, or interesting stories. They help us learn the material or make it more interesting, but they are not the key ideas we need to remember. There are three factors that influence what is important. The first one is knowledge about the nature of different academic tasks. The second is your instructor's expectations, and the third, again, are your goals. So knowledge about the nature of the academic task. You need to try to understand what types of notes you should be taking in a course. Think about how you actively listen in class. Do you know what's required for your term paper? How would you prepare for an oral presentation in this class? And how do you study for different types of tests? Instructor expectations are how the instructors convey to you that they think certain information is particularly important. Try to make a list of ways your professors in the past have indicated that something is more important than something else. And last, your goals. Once you decide on your learning goals, why and how you're going to use particular information, that decision will influence what you think is most crucial to study and learn.